NFL trade deadline is coming up on November 1st, next Tuesday, and a lot of the talk has been the Vikings are 5-1, getting it done. They should load up at the deadline and really go all in and be buyers. But even though the Vikings don't fit the traditional definition of what being a seller at the deadline looks like, a la Carolina, a la potentially Denver, should the Vikings consider trading running back Dalvin Cook? Now, I understand the first thing we're going to do is just get this look. Dalvin, I know, but we got 5 reasons why it's sort of feasible, potentially. So number 1, age. Dalvin is 27 years young, been in the league for 6 years. Remember, Todd Gurley was a multi-time first-team All-Pro and also in the MVP conversation, and he deuce after 6 years. Running back is truly the NFL not for long position, and it's very rare. And we've seen like Dalvin hasn't played a full season given his health issues, so that is a factor as well. Plus number 2, salary cap. So if the Vikings are able to move his contract, he's making $8.3 million as his base salary this season. The Vikings will save up just shy of $5 million in cap space. And also, I mean, Dalvin's contract, it's not a great contract, right? And Kwesi has been very adamant about basically purging this roster of some of Spielman's now, not the veterans per se, but some of Spielman's draft picks, and also ridding him of some of Spielman's contracts. And this one, analytics-wise, it's going to say you do not pay 27, 28-year-old running backs this kind of money. Dalvin is due a $10.4 million base salary next season. So somehow, some way, if he is back, it won't be at full freight. That's for certain. And number 3, capital. So the Vikings currently only have 5 draft picks in 2023, 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. They traded the 4th on draft day as part of the move up to get Caleb Evans, as well as they parted ways with the 7th round pick. Doesn't really matter. But Kwesi, as this is a competitive rebuild, getting as much draft capital as possible, I think that would be a bonus. And I don't think that Dalvin, giving the parameters like we said, Dalvin is 27, has a relatively large contract, and is a running back. I don't foresee the Vikings getting more than a second, although I mean, they're probably not going to get the hefty Christian McCaffrey type deal, even though McCaffrey is no spring chicken either. Also has a worse contract, and also he's been dealing with multiple injuries seasons. So I don't know. Like, would you take a 2 for Dalvin right now if it's expected to be a mid or high 2? Like, say the Dolphins. Well, it wouldn't be a high 2 with the Dolphins, but say the Dolphins, hey, we love what Dalvin did on that long touchdown run against us last Sunday. Bring him back home. We have some running back issues of our own, and you'd be trading him out of conference, so that would make sense there. So if the Dolphins offered you their 2, would you take it for Dalvin? Maybe. Reason number 4, Madison. Now, yes, Madison is going to be a free agent next offseason. He's in the final year of his rookie deal, but even it just seems like the offense hasn't clicked with Dalvin quite yet. Now, I don't know if that's change of scheme. I don't know if that's Dalvin showing some signs of age. I don't know what that is, but I think Madison has been very consistent. I think he's been very solid. And lastly, number 5, showcasing King Kene as well as Ty Chandler when he gets back off an injured reserve. I think that the Vikings do have 2 solid young running backs, and I think that they could and should have a chance to show up what they got. And Madison can certainly pick up a lot of the slack that you would be using, that would the power vacuum that would be there if you did move Dalvin Cook. Now, yes, I think the main thing is the age. I think the main thing is the contract as well. But I mean, Dalvin's been a stud, and that's what kind of sucks about it. I mean, Dalvin's been an absolute monster. He's given everything for this team. He sacrificed his body. He's gotten after it. 3 straight 1,000-yard rushing seasons. But if you get a massive offer for Dalvin Cook, now I'm not expecting the McCaffrey 2, 3, 4 and change, but if you get a 2 and a 4, you certainly have to think about it. And Kwesi, frankly, would not be doing his job if he wasn't working the phones, if he wasn't accepting some of these phone calls, if teams are indeed reaching out about Dalvin Cook. Now, I seriously doubt anything's going to happen. I think the Vikings right now have a winning hand, so it makes sense to stand pat or potentially just be buyers at the deadline. But it'd have to be the right circumstances. I think Miami would be the correct ones. If you got a bevy of draft picks and he's out of conference, you would consider it. You certainly would. But your thoughts are thoughts. Should the Vikings trade Dalvin Cook? ? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skull Production Value.